Yeah, so in this video, I want to share the keys to vitality that I use to get from sick with epilepsy, being on medication, being lost in my mind, suppressing emotions, to pretty on the path to vitality. I feel I'm pretty vital. I could be more vital, but yeah, let's not self deprecate right now. So here's the path. Okay? The first thing that I did to get well was do general cleansing. Like a juice cleanse. I started with like 1 or 2 days. I started doing smoothie cleanses, maybe a few days of fruit and raw food, and this was very beneficial. After that, I started activating my detox pathways, like the kidneys and liver, gallbladder, the skin, just doing different practices. I cover it in the heavy metal guide. And after that, I was doing enemas. Not the coolest topic, definitely not. But to get the old waste out, and it's a super useful tool to just get the garbage out that we are infested with. Next up was toxin prevention. When I was dedicated to getting off medication and healing from this disease, not letting toxins back in, being very careful of what foods I ate, what chemicals I put on my skin, like those aluminum sunscreen, trying to remove phthalates from my life, the hormone disrupting, and just trying to make a way of life that just doesn't wantonly ingest chemicals. And I think this is a key to the path of vitality. After that, I began a practice of heavy metal detox, which we all need to do. If you haven't done it, it's really useful to understand the principles of how to get metals from organs into your gut and then to bind with them so you can remove them safely, because our whole lives we've probably been surrounded and ingesting tons of metals. And the lovely thing about heavy metal detox is it's just a long-term practice. So you can do it on a week, just 1 day a week, over a few years, and that's enough. And right at the beginning of heavy metal detox, you'll get lots of metals out, but towards the end, you'll get less and less, but it's easier. So it's a very easy long-term practice of just taking some elixirs and binding. Next is parasite cleansing. I didn't do that first. A lot of people say to do that first, but I waited because I was doing so much juice cleansing and heavy metal detox and different practices. But that's also good. Parasite cleansing, just to make sure and see how you react to the things. Parasite cleansing is a shorter process. It'd be like 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks, and that's good for 6 months or a year. And you can combine that with different cleanses. I wrote about it in the guide, you know that. Yeah. Then after all this detox, you detoxed for like a year. I was pretty weak. But I was getting healthier. And after some detox, it's time to rebuild and repair, restore. At least this was my path. And how do you do that? You take elixirs or adaptogens and herbs to amplify your body, and maybe plant medicines, shamanic plant medicines, to make the neural pathways work better, and do the breath work, do vitality exercises. I wrote neuroplastic practices to make the mind more fluid, like juggling, circus, whatever gets you into the flow state, to rebuild the body and through learning. And yeah, definitely getting in breath work. So this was my path to vitality, and it's one I see many follow to reclaim their health and achieve new states of mastery. And a lot of doctors told me that I could never heal from the epilepsy. I'd be on medication forever. I went to shamans. There's crying, telling me nothing they can do. Oh, I have to go back on the medication. But it's been 6 years. I haven't had a seizure and 6 years of no medication. So, at least for me, the vitality practice that I just outlined works. And I'm becoming quite fluid with circus arts and getting into handstands and all these things I've only dreamed about doing through consistent practice of detox, rebuilding, and practicing vitality, and just keeping that goal with me, or that mission of making myself as vital as I can. You know, I mess up sometimes. And spreading vitality, letting people know how to be, how to tune into vitality, inspiring. This is what I like to do. It helps me feel good. So, to wire that into my habits. And yeah, that's what I'm about. It tears me up inside when I see people suffering from preventable diseases, especially epilepsy, like little kids with seizures. And there is a way to heal from this stuff naturally. You don't need to be a dependent slave to the pharmaceutical companies. It's not the way to be free. You can do that, but it comes at a cost. And it's your happiness and authenticity and expression. So I hope you guys keep it vitality. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. And I wish you the best of luck on the path. Let's do it.